Bulavinaka, my name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rock.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tabua. We love Today FM in Tabua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selina, I'm from Tavenga Vengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Pula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, Methodist Church to focus on social issues. New Zealand appoints new High Commissioner to Fiji. And Ba Town to have a few upgrades.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Amrita Sagar.
Serving the people is the main responsibility of the church, and finding solutions to social problems is something that should not be taken for granted. Newly elected president of the Methodist Church in Fiji, Reverend Dr. Epineri Vakandewavosa, has confirmed that from now on the church will be focusing more on ways of addressing social issues and how to deal with it spiritually. Savara Tambua reports.
The newly elected president of the Methodist Church of Fiji has a huge responsibility ahead of him, but he says that social issues is something that he will look into during his term of 5 years.
The issues of the day, you will name it. Violence, unemployment, social problems, family problems, political problems, and so on. That is the issues of the church. The church is called to serve the people. Wherever the people they are, the church calls to serve them, wherever they are. So the issues is the responsibilities of the church.
Outgoing President Reverend Dr. Tebi Tanawandra highlighted a few challenges faced by the church.
It's one of the big issues in the church is, of course, the spiritual life. We have tried to do all that we can to help in that situation, especially the fall in the numbers. So we've been working on that, and hopefully, as we proceed, there will be changes because we have things in place.
Meanwhile, Reverend Nawandra says that this week has been a fruitful one as they passed their budget and had visits from the Prime Minister and the police force. Sabara Tambua, FBC News.
A new pavilion will be constructed at Govind Park in Ba. This was mentioned by Minister for Local Government Parveen Bala while speaking at the Vodafone Ba Riverside Festival last night. Bala also revealed some of the ministry's plans for Ba Town. Anna Ravulo has more.
During the crowning of the Vodafone Ba Riverside Festival last night, the Minister for Local Government assured the people of Ba that their town will have a few upgrades.
Upgrading and construction of a new pavilion at Govind Park. I assure you that within 2 months' time, we will start the construction of the new pavilion at Govind Park.
Bala also mentioned housing developments.
The Tao Venga Venga informal settlement upgrade works are set to be progressed for the purpose of providing better housing facilities. We will subdivide, and I've been told that we're going to have 300 lots there. Those who are residing will have a first chance to those lots, and the surplus lots will be sold to the needed ones.
The Minister for Local Government adds that the Ba Market Grounds will have a new pavilion and the project will start next year. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
New Zealand has appointed career diplomat Jonathan Kerr as the new High Commissioner to Fiji. According to Radio New Zealand, Foreign Minister Gary Brownlee says the Fiji-New Zealand relationship had warmed since 2014, with reciprocal prime ministerial visits last year. Brownlee adds that next year New Zealand will provide technical assistance to the Fiji Electoral Office during the national elections. Well, around 150,000 people have registered for the electronic ticketing cards. E-ticketing becomes compulsory from 1st October, and solution providers Vodafone Fiji is working on logistics to ensure a smooth transition. Vodafone head of e-commerce Shailendra Prasad is urging people not to leave it to the last hour to register.
We would urge the members of the public that they come in early when the queues are smaller, because if they leave it to the last minute, in the last 1-2 weeks, they will have to wait longer and they will have only themselves to blame.
Still to come, new mall opens in Nambua. And in Successful Fijian tonight, we take a look at a general manager's struggle to own a company.
Moala rarara ranalika, au tikongona taon na Singapore, ando talisaka na wakaronga ng Bull FM, number 2 na seri.
Ya dora subuli kurna bili, iborani batukara hambara binaranga, do talitakina na wakaronga ng Bull FM, number 2 na seri. Bula!
Bula FM, number 2 na seri.
More than 200 job opportunities have been created as a 3-story shopping mall officially opened in Nambour today. Charanjit Singh Group of Companies has invested $10 million into this, which will have 15 various shops including a supermarket and a communication company. Pranita Prakash reports.
The mall has been designed to suit people's needs.
The building itself has been given a totally new look. Like we are trying to bring a very modern concept into Nambour.
Charanjit Singh says all the spaces have been occupied and the shops will open from next week.
We're very happy that finally the project is completed, and hopefully from 1st of September the tenants on the ground floor will start running the business. Digicel will move up as soon as they complete their fit-outs, and then we should be ready for rolling.
He adds they have 150 car park spaces at the basement and ground level. The supermarket will also cater for a play center for children. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Fijian Holdings Limited Group is looking at investing in the tourism sector where accommodation is involved. Group Chief Executive Nozab Farid says their investment has only been limited to South Sea Cruises, Blue Lagoon Cruises, South Sea Island and Malamala Island, and are now leaning towards investing in hotels.
We are seriously evaluating few options into Suva as well as in the west. So it looks like at this stage we are very keen of at least on 2 to 3 investments in tourism sector, and hopefully within the next 12 to 24 months this will be materialized. But being a listed company, I don't think we can specify what and where, but we are looking at a serious investment into tourism sector, especially in accommodation.
Paradise Beverage celebrated the 60th anniversary of Fiji Bitter Brewery in Suva last night. General Manager Mike Spencer says Fiji's iconic beer started in August 1957 and the business has changed expressively over the years. He says their export markets also continue to grow.
60 years on, we're still on the same block of land, we still have Fiji Bitter, but we have a lot more too. Paradise Beverages started in 2012. We've invested $50 million. And we've put in a brand new brewery, we've put in a brand new packaging line, can line and bottle line. Invested heavily, mainly for Fiji, but also for the international market. Business can start up and have a block of land and a building and can spend a lot of money on equipment. But you can't do what we've done unless you've got fantastic people.
18,062 Fijians were able to get voter services at the Fijian Elections Office branch in Suva since last year. FEO Supervisor Mohammed Saneem says more than 4,000 new registrations were recorded at the branch since its opening in 2016. He says they're looking at opening more offices to allow easy access of information for people in rural areas.
Ideally, these 18,000 Fijians would have had to go to the Fijian Elections Office headquarters in Turek, and or alternatively they would have to take advantage of one of the national drives that the FEO conducts. This voter service centre concept in Suva has now been expanded to other parts of the country, as we've now opened a voter service centre in Nosori, Savu Savu and Lambasa, and we will be looking forward to opening more centres in Reki Reki and Nandi before the end of this year.
Always speak with honesty, think sincerity and act with integrity, as these are the essentials of success in life. In today's Successful Fijian, we take a look into the achievements of 61-year-old Ben Nund, who owns one of Fiji's formulators and distributors of agricultural chemicals. Kelly Vadala with this success story.
Successful Fijians was brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Ben Nund did not acquire any studies in agriculture while growing up in Suva. He had his experience in engineering from working for various agriculture companies, and today he owns a similar business.
I was working for an opposition company prior to coming here,
And 1990, I started with ECCAM. In those days, ECCAM was more or less in a shack, very small, and but their partnership was very good. There's a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice that I did, and the first year I gave them about over $1 million. That was 7 figures, and that's when the directors all showed interest, and then we grew from there. And in around 2010, the directors of Australia, they were very old. They told me that, Ben, you've done so well for us, and now you get your money together and buy us out.
Nand says he faced many challenges while trying to buy the company owned by a board of directors from Australia, but this gave him more reason to work harder.
Our base is agricultural business. We sell chemicals, pesticide, herbicide, insecticide, and fertilizers. I didn't study in agriculture. By profession, I did my engineering, but then I joined the chemical company, ICI, and from there I joined ECCAM. And there was a lot of learning too, and I just excelled from there.
He says the business has changed expressively over the years. With the support of his wife and 3 daughters, ECCAM now exports to various countries in the Pacific.
Fiji government buys a lot. They've got their policy now, sustainable farming. We supply quite a bit to the locally. And also we have started exporting to Tonga, and currently we are one of the major suppliers of the Tongan market as well. We have just penetrated the salmon market.
Nand says he believes in locally made products and challenged himself into making local brands that would relate to Fijians.
I looked at the labels. It just didn't appeal to me, and I was how would the customers buy? So I started a bit of marketing, modifying the labels, and also changing the look of the product.
As ECCAM grew into a more prosperous business, Nand's employees also increased.
There's a lot of graduates from Ministry for Agriculture, and they don't have any jobs, so I've got 3 there.
Nand says honesty is always the best policy if someone wants to succeed in life.
You have to be honest to yourself. Honesty will take you a long way. You've got to be honest to yourself, to your employer, and honest to your customers. You provide them the right quality products and work with them in honest, you'll succeed.
ECCAM earns over $1 million annually. They plan to work with farmers around the country, introducing their products for a more sustainable farming. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Coming up in sports, top 14 competition kicks off. And Fiji football players told to step up.
I'm Andrea Sorobakroa of Neabu Wenimbuka Telebu. Whenever I want to tune in to listen to great music, I always tune in to my favorite radio station, Gold FM, only the classic.
My name is Lita. We love listening to Gold FM here at the Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
We here at Tano Waterfront Lautoka love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold.
Fijian Rugby Union and Fijian Drua coach Senirusi Seruvakula has released the Fijian Drua squad to the 2017 National Rugby Championship following 3 intensive weeks of preparation. Seruvakula has trimmed his squad to 34 players and will further reduce it to 26, who will then travel to Australia for 2 matches. All players selected marched into camp today and will present its itatau tomorrow before they leave on Thursday. Fijian Drua plays its first match against Brisbane City at 7 p.m. on Saturday. Vodafone Flying Fijians forward Penny Ravai came off the bench and scored an important try to help his Bordeaux Beglers side upset defending champions Clermont 32-25 in the top 14 competition today. Down 18-11 at the break, the home side made a good comeback in the second spell to make a great start to the new season. Rohit Deo with the story.
Fernandez.
It was a great start to the match for last season's champions Clermont, with Fijian Pezeli Yato scoring the first try of the match.
Well, that was top class from Pekeli Yato. Good early pressure on the champions.
Bodo Bregler scored a try in the first spell to trail by 7 points at the break.
The pick and go, and there is the opening score for Bodo Beg. Numbers are there for the home sides. Have they got that down? Referee says yes. And Bodo...
Penny Ravai came off the bench and gained some good running meters before scoring this very important try.
Have secured this. All they need to do is...
Clermont did try and fight back, but the host held on for a perfect start to the season. Rohit Dev, BC Sports.
Well, in football, Senganga and Tavua football teams played to a 1-1 draw in the first leg of the Senior League playoff at Gavi Park today. Daniela Rakariva put the Northerners ahead in the first spell. Marika Rawasoik equalized from the penalty spot for Tavua in the second spell. The winner of the second leg will be promoted to the Premier Division next season. Vodafone Fiji football coach Christophe Gamel has reminded his players that they need to deliver their best game against Indonesia next week. The squad named by Gamel yesterday has some injury issues, but according to the Frenchman, all players will be fit before match day. The side leaves for Indonesia on Tuesday and will play the hosts on Saturday.
To make them coming at their level and carry on the injury, I am not flexible when they are on the field. They have to give 150% because high-level football has no pity. You are not ready, you are dead. So it's like that.
New Zealand survived a scare to beat Australia 35 points to 29 and secure the Bledisloe Cup for 15 straight years. However, it was not even close to the 54-34 win 7 days ago, thanks to an excellent response from the Wallabies. Well, meanwhile, South Africa made it 2 wins out of 2 in the Rugby Championship after they beat Argentina 41-23 today. New Zealand has won the Women's Rugby World Cup, defeating England 41-32 in the final today. Tokanatua scored a hat-trick as New Zealand came from behind to regain the title from defending champions England. Floyd Mayweather has defeated Conor McGregor in the 10th round by technical knockout in a professional boxing bout today. McGregor started the fight well, but Mayweather slowly got into the match and used his experience to tire his opponent down. Referee had to stop the bout as Mayweather kept throwing punches to a defenseless opponent. Mayweather is now undefeated in 50 professional bouts. Cloudy conditions with brief showers was experienced over the eastern and interior parts of the country today. Fine weather prevailed elsewhere. We take a look at the west. It was a sunny day with temperatures ranging between 21 to 32 degrees. And now eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, the day started with fine weather with cloudy conditions in the afternoon. And all the way up in Vanwalevu, Lambasa recorded the highest temperature at 33 degrees, while Savu had some cloudy conditions. At sea, east to southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas are expected, moderate southeast swells. As for the tides, the low tide is at 11:59 tonight with a high tide at 11:26 tomorrow morning. Sunrise will be at 6:20. The outlook for tomorrow, cloudy periods with brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Elsewhere, it should be fine apart from isolated afternoon or evening showers. As for Tuesday, cloudy periods with brief showers over the eastern parts. It will be fine elsewhere. Recapping our headlines, Methodist Church to focus on social issues. New Zealand appoints new High Commissioner to Fiji, and Bartown to have a few upgrades. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll question, this week we ask, should those found guilty of drunk driving have their license terminated? You can visit our FBC website to answer. Do send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. Until next time, good night.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकू रेकी रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची FM सुनती हूँ। मिर्ची FM is number 1. It's so hot.
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची FM सुनो अच्छा लगे। मिर्ची FM is hot.
हाय, मैं संध्या नारिया रेफ्रिकी से। मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची FM सुनते हैं। मिर्ची FM is hot. I love मिर्ची FM.
हमें स्पिन तक ताबुआ के मिर्ची FM में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे।
Mirchi FM, it's hot.